Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya! Creature features and all creatures and all creatures, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. 'Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
I don't want to read this.
But they insist.
With a purposeful grimace and a terrible sound, he pulls the spitting high-tension wires down. Helpless people on a subway train scream bug-eyed as he looks in on them. I've yet still to understand this sonnet. Those have to be the most ludicrous lyrics I've ever heard in my entire life.
They sound like something you might have penned.
Impossible. I wrote songs about everyday items. For example, did you know I scribed an entire symphony about cheese?
Yes, I do know, and unfortunately I've heard it as well.
Wonderful. Now, let us attend to our guests, shall we? Welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent, the musical Puritan to my right, who refuses to appreciate the absolute splendor of my Symphony No. 12 in C cheddar, is my butler, Mr. Livingston, and the adorable ingenue to this side, whose bite is far worse than her bark, is my young ward and legal fee encumbrance, the typically tenacious Miss Tangela. And do we have a most colossal program in store just for you? First up, despite my reference to that gormless Godzilla song, we shall not screen a Godzilla picture tonight. However, we do have the very next best thing, Daimajin from 1966. This is an incredible film about a spirit trapped in a mountain that is freed into a tall statue by young people from a village seeking revenge upon a tyrant. The monster is portrayed by Riki Hashimoto, which is a rather pleasant-sounding name for someone who portrays an angry Japanese version of the Jolly Green Giant. I might also mention here that all dialogue in tonight's film shall be in the original Japanese language. There will be none of this horrid dubbing we see in other kaiju films. So if you understand Japanese, bonus points for you. For those who do not, English subtitles shall be provided. Children and adults over 10 years of age should have no issue keeping up. Those aged 9 and under should be in bed now unless they can read English fluently. And joining us to watch this fabulous offering from the Far East shall be my friend and Tangela's cage-fighting teacher, Miss Megan Farnham. She's a mixed martial artist and a mixed drink artist as well. She'll tell us about what it's like to be a strong young woman beating up grown men, as if we didn't already know. And also impart upon us what it is like to bounce people both out of dive bars and caged arenas while still retaining her trademark beauty, grace, wit, and charm. So don't go away, for this to be another night of giant monster cage fighting fright, right here on Creature Features! Stay tuned.
Portions of this program are brought to you by Micromat, making products that keep your Macintosh running at its best.
This brief moment of tranquility has been brought to you by Nightscape. Relax and sleep better every single night with this and other videos from our free YouTube channel. Learn more by visiting nightscape.co today.
Welcome to Creature Features. It's that time of the weekend, that time where you switch on your telly and put on our program. And we've got Megan Farnham with us tonight. Megan, how are you?
I'm absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for
How
having
was
me.
the trip out to the mansion?
It was glorious. It's a beautiful day.
She's been out here 10 billion times, but today was a nice drive. Typically you have to drive through fog and ghosts, right?
Many ghosts, but that's my favorite part. So
No ghosts
complaints
tonight.
there.
No ghosts tonight. All right,
Yeah.
so how have you been?
Life is amazing. I have no complaints.
Yes.
Lots of traveling.
She's
lots of
amazing. And you're going to learn all about Megan in a moment, but
So kind.
this thing with Tangela, she's off hiding.
I know.
And
Why is she so?
I think she's going to put on one of these kung fu uniforms. That
So excited to see.
No. So Megan, where do we start with you? You are a fighter.
One
but-
way to put it, yes.
But you don't look like a typical fighter.
Something I like about doing it. I got a lot of disagreements from that when I first started, because when I started training, I didn't, look like a boy. But this is a little dress up. I'm usually a little bit more casual at times, but
I don't
like
think
to
you've
have
ever
both
looked like
sides.
a boy.
Oh, thank you. That's what I like to
No,
hear.
no. So how did you get into this whole fighting thing?
Well, when I was younger, a lot of little girls would like watching Disney movies. I watched Mighty Ducks or Karate Kid.
Good
and
for you.
Things of that nature.
Right,
yeah,
right.
and always really loved challenge and human triumph versus like love stories and fairy tales.
Right.
And as I tried a little bit when I was younger, I was always an athlete, many different sports. But when I turned 24, my mother passed away, and I needed something to focus on. And I was training at a local gym, NorCal Fighting Alliance, and I decided to dive in. And then I started training
Good for
quite
you.
seriously after
Well,
that.
at least you applied it to something like this and you did not go to war.
No, well, in a way I did many, many times, actually.
Right, but not against an entire civilization of
Correct.
others.
As in, yes,
Yeah,
true.
one-on-one fighting. All right, so we're going to watch Daimajin, and you saw a little bit of it, but
I
you've
did,
not
I did
seen
watch it,
the
I
whole
did.
thing. I have not seen the whole thing either because, it looks like a frightening movie.
There's quite a few moments.
No, his eyes. I saw a part with eyes, and his eyes frightened me.
Yeah,
So-
gruesome.
Right,
Yeah.
right. All right, well, we say we start this, and then when we come back, we're going to find out more about what you do.
Exciting.
All right, off we go to Daimajin, 1966. Subtitles you got to read. Sorry. See you soon. Earthquakes in Japan. Who would have thought?
So many, apparently.
No, it's a good thing there's no nuclear facilities nearby this island where they're filming this, because you know what happens there.
Double
big
reactions.
Right, overreacting.
Overreactions.
So somebody was telling me during the break that everyone thinks you look like Katy Perry.
Absolutely, everyone, yes.
How often do you hear this?
Multiple times a day, especially
Multiple
doing
times
what I do. Bartending and whatnot.
Yeah, I've met Katy Perry. You do not look like Katy Perry. Or she does not look like you. She's got a big wart
Does
on her
she?
chin. Yes, it's this huge wart.
I guilty say that
No,
makes me
and
very happy to
giant,
hear.
She has giant feet.
Does she now?
No, she wears these clown shoes. No, she looks like Bosa the Clown sometimes. And
You're
then,
just buttering me
no,
up.
and she has her elbows. Look, show me your elbows. See, you have feminine elbows. She has manly elbows.
Tell me more.
She smashes things with them. I've seen
I
her
also smash
smash
things with them.
a Brazil nut.
A Brazilian nut.
Anyways, I want to hear about your first fight.
Oh, the debut cage fighting. It was probably still to this day one of my favorite days ever.
Were you not frightened?
I was but I was very well prepared. I have an incredible head coach, a man named Dave Dennison, and he is, he went above and beyond. And it was very exciting. My father was in attendance that night for the first time. He had never seen what I had done before.
Right.
It was a combination of people who were very excited to see my hard work and very curious to see if I would fail, which
You did not?
I did not.
No.
I did not. I have a thing about proving people wrong. It motivates me in quite the way.
So how could I try this now? How could you prove me wrong? What if I said that I am a leprechaun?
I would
How would
actually
you prove me wrong?
agree with you, perhaps a little
See,
bit.
she would. Now,
I don't
'cause
think
you're
I would
Irish,
argue
right?
that, perhaps.
You're a bit Irish, right?
I am very Irish, actually.
I wish I was Irish.
You would. I feel like you have that energy of a leprechaun, but in a different form of sense.
No, it's only because I like Lucky Charms cereal.
Definitely, that makes two of
That's
us.
the only thing Irish or leprechaun about me is I like Lucky Charms. Anyways,
Absolutely.
you won this fight.
I did.
You
I
won the
did.
fight,
I,
and
it was
you
marvelous.
still have the trophy.
It wasn't a trophy, but the video is up, and it was my very first debut, and the girl who came in, her name was Amanda. She was wonderful. It was over in 1:59.
What do you mean she was wonderful?
She was wonderful. So a lot of people don't
She was your
understand.
battle enemy. She was
And she was.
the contender.
I wasn't allowed to speak to her before because I'm a naturally friendly person, and my coaches were like,
Oh,
to
right.
be mean and focus. So
Did they do the thing where they put you together and made you make the faces?
we
at one
did. We
another?
made the faces. I giggled. I was not really good at doing the tough part. I did the tough part in the ring, and I had this face. But we had to stand there. They had to waste some time, actually. So at the beginning of the fight, when some things in the background had to be taken care of, they had each opponents meet in the ring and just sit there, and the DJ went off, and they kind of introduced and let the crowd go, and we were just looking at each other, and I looked at her and I said, let's have some fun, and it was glorious.
How wonderful.
Yeah,
This
so
could
much fun.
only happen in women's sports because if it was two men, they'd be sitting there like spitting upon each other. And
I
things
have
like
seen that,
Yeah,
and
that's
women do
terrible.
that as well, but
I don't know.
I enjoy it too much. It's
You're way too ladylike for that. All right, I'm getting the signal. We got to get back to this film, and when we come back, I want to hear some more about this
Perfect.
whole
I'd love to
fighting
tell
thing.
you.
All right, off we go back to Daimajin, 1966. Don't you dare go away, because if you do, I'll be sad, and Megan's going to come beat you up.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
And welcome back to the show. Miss Megan had to step away for a quick moment. Do you suppose she went to get some boxing supplies?
I don't think so.
No. She's dressed awfully nice to be doing boxing tonight, especially with those shoes. Yeah.
I think she's touching up her makeup.
Oh, all right. Well, we're going to take this opportunity to do our mail because people sent us mail, right? And we have to look.
From England.
From England, no less. I know this place. All right, what we've got, Mr. Livingston?
From Bristol-on-Avon.
Oh, I've never been there. Have you? Sounds like a nice place. Creature Features, what do we got? Oh, my goodness. All right, I'm going to grab the note, which is long. I want to pass this to the young lady. You know, she's like our version of Vanna White. She could have her own game show, right?
She is a game show.
She is a game show of a sort. All right, this is from, what's his name again? Martin Norrish. That's a very British name, right?
Norrish.
Right? And he goes, Dear Creature Features, I would like to start by saying that I think you are a truly fantastic team and your creepy house is superb. Secondly, Vincent, I think you are a really great host and really superb at introducing films and guest stars. Well, that's quite a compliment, is it not?
It could be taken as one.
He's always so negative. And your style is excellent. Thirdly, Mr. Livingston is surely the ideal butler. And fourthly, I think that Tangela is drop-dead gorgeous. You know, she looks kind of dead with those sunglasses. I don't know, where'd she get those hideous things? It looks like her eyes are bleeding. Those are her bleeding heart eyeglasses. All right, she's really gorgeous, has a lovely smile, and is a terrific dancer. I love the gramophone as well. And as for the red and green Christmas video, Tangela's rendition of Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy is the most definitely the ideal accompaniment to any Christmas gathering. I would agree. You know, she's actually a rather good singer, even though she doesn't talk that much. Next, I would like to ask, Vincent, as a rock musician, what instruments have you played? Do you write your own songs, and do you prefer songs as such or purely instrumental music? And I'd like to recommend a creepy pop record as well. We'll get to that in a moment. All right, so his question, as a rock musician, which instruments have you played? I've played everything. I can still play everything, right?
Unfortunately.
No. Well, I'm classically trained, so I learn music theory. So if you give me any instrument and just tell me where the notes are, I can play music, right?
After a fashion.
No, I could play. You just because you don't like my music does not mean it's not music, right?
It's not that I don't like it, I don't appreciate it.
You know, I pay him well, and he continues to insult me. We've got to revisit this whole arrangement. I think it should be the other way around. All right, and I'd like to recommend a creepy pop record, Black Cat Woman by Geordie. It would be great for a Halloween disco. And Mr. Livingston, who does the cooking at your creepy house?
Well, we have a chef.
Right.
And I assist.
He does.
For the specialties.
He's like the sous chef, you know, because if he doesn't like the food, he would sue the restaurant, right?
Perhaps.
He has no sense of humor. The man was born without a humor bone, a funny bone, I believe. Who are your favorite guests on the show? Oh, he's not going to answer that. I'll tell you that right now. He won't do that. Now, Tangela, have you ever met any aliens? She's met aliens. Did you learn to dance? And where did you learn to dance so absolutely brilliantly? She won't answer that either. You know, you're going to ask a lot of questions here that are not going to be answered. You've got to send all the questions to me, and then perhaps I can answer them. How would you personally deal with the creature from the film Alien?
He wouldn't have a chance.
No, she loved that film. All right. Well, Creature Features, do keep up the good work. And before I go, could I suggest a dance that Tangela and Mr. Livingston could do together? It's called the Vampire Waltz, and it goes something like this. Tangela and Mr. Livingston stand side by side, and then step forward, and then step to the left, and then step to the right, and then turn towards one another and bite. You know, that almost sounds like the time warp. Let's do the time warp again.
Again?
Right, something like that. Anyways, best wishes, Martin Norris. Show us what he sent us. He sent us a gift. What did he send? Tell me what he sent. Oh, chockies. Look at this. Actual British chockies. Right? Classic. Thorntons. Right? Oh, and another one as well. Oh, my goodness. Let me see. This is called Milk Tray. Cadbury. This looks wonderful.
Classic British.
Very nice. All right. You know who's going to eat all of those. This one. All right. Next up, Mr. Livingston.
This one is from Oklahoma City. Oklahoma.
Scott Buzzard. It's a bloke's name. Scott Buzzard.
Buzzard? No.
Buzzard, look. This is bloody Buzzard right there.
Buzzard.
Buzzard?
Buzzard.
He's Buzzard. All right. What have we here? Somebody open this for us. Is the money going to fall out? Sometimes this happens to me. All right, here goes. Dear Vincent, Livingston, and Tangela, I really enjoy the show every week. The episode with Bog and Batman was great. We love Bog and Batman. I laughed at the skit where Tangela drove off in the Batmobile. It's like the Joker got away, except she's the Joker.
Bog and Batman did not appreciate that.
No, but he got his automobile back. Can you please send me an autograph photo of the three of you? Svengoolie has already sent me a personal autograph. I sent 2 letters by email, but neither were answered. Hope this fares better. Scott Buzzard. Just the way it says. And where's he from? Oklahoma City? Oklahoma. Well, you know, yes, we will send you. If Svengoolie sent you one, we should make him prove that Svengoolie sent one before we send one. Right?
And how will we do that?
We would make him send us a fax, right? He could put the photo in the fax machine and fax it to us, right?
You could scan it and email it.
That's
in
complicated.
These modern
Why don't you just use the fax? Just the fax, ma'am. Thank you, Scott. All right, last package.
Last package from Pittsburgh, California.
Pittsburgh, California. Now, I never did understand why there's a Pittsburgh in California. I mean, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, maybe. Pittsburgh, England. Look at this night. Look, somebody went to a lot of effort on this. All right, I'm going to let her open this. And I shall read the note. Creature Features. This is from what city?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, look, there's money. Look, I knew there'd be money. Somebody always sends us money. It's kind of nice. It's like getting a tip for doing a silly show. And this is from... What's the box say? Does it even say where it's from?
Pittsburgh, California.
Oh, Pittsburgh, California. All right. So, from whom? Is there a name? There's no name here. Oh, Steve. Steve in Pittsburgh. All right. Dear Vincent, Livingston, and Tangela, I'm a big fan. You have made horror movies fun again. Well, thank you, sir. Encloses a little something for the mansion and Tangela. I would love to see some action figures of the three of you in the Creature Feature store, please. Yeah, action figure. What would somebody do with an action figure of us? Put me in a chair and make me watch films.
Can't think of it.
Make you shine the silver. Make her torture poor Andrew. Please, somebody make this happen. I know I speak for all horror fans of the show. Keep up the great programming. A CF fan forever. Steve. P.S. enclosed is $20 cash. Can you please send me an autographed photo? Yes, we can. And see, you don't have to get one from Svengoolie to get one from us, do you? So I shall keep this. You shall keep this.
I think it's upside down.
Oh, that's wonderful. What is it? It's a shield.
A coat of arms.
It's a coat of arms. That's wonderful. What's it say?
It says mansion.
Oh, nice. All right. Oh, and look at this. It's an alien. She likes aliens.
It's an alien.
Right.
It says Tangela.
Very nice. That's fitting.
Oh, this is for the mansion, and that is for Tangela.
Oh, that makes sense. All right. That it?
That's it.
That is it for mail.
Thank
If you'd like to
goodness.
send us mail of your own by email, send it to the address you see appearing over here. Or if you'd like to send a package with Chuckies or an alien, send it to the address you see appearing right here. We'll be right back soon with Megan, but first let's get back to Daimajin.
Portions of Creature Features are brought to you by the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Explore the mystery at winchestermysteryhouse.com.
Those are absolutely fabulous shoes.
Thank you, my darling.
Where'd you get those?
I dare not say because I don't want to see another woman wearing them.
That's a good point. I was going to buy a pair for myself.
Oh, how about I just gift them to you then? It'll stay our little secret.
I need the larger size.
Yes, they might.
It never fit me. All right, welcome back. We are watching Daimajin with, I don't even know how to say that correctly. Daimajin?
Daimajin?
Mijin?
Daimajin?
Something like that. I should learn Japanese.
It sounds good the way you say
I should learn Japanese and then come back.
Absolutely, next project.
All right. Anyways, the film, there was 3 of these films, right? This is the first. And there was 2 more because I suppose this film was so successful in Japan.
People love the story of the samurai.
Is that what it is? True. But even when they're giant 70-foot-high stone samurai.
It's really around the people and the culture of the Japanese people. There are many different categories, but they all live a very disciplined and family-oriented and focused life, and that's in all of the movies.
Right, have you ever been to Japan?
I have not, but I've studied the culture very
Beautiful
much.
country.
I cannot wait to experience
absolutely wonderful. Mount Fuji. It's always
Favorite
got
water.
snow. And you know what? I believe it's a volcano.
Do you?
No, it's going to go off someday. It'll be terrible.
I think volcanoes are such a beautiful thing. I just wish they didn't cause so much damage.
Well, we have, what's the one up here? Mount St. Helens? No. Is it Mount St. Helens?
Well, we have quite a few. And being that we're on the shock fault of the largest.
No.
They keep saying we're supposed to fall into the ocean, but we'll see if that
No, we're on the Cascadia Fault. It will fall into the ocean one day. There's going to be no Creature Features. There's going to be no Meg.
I think we'll make it through.
Ocean.
We just might be a little ghostly after that.
Is that it? All right. So you also do work behind a bar.
I do very much and enjoy it. Actually.
And you were telling me during the break that you have a special format you like, which is called speakeasy?
Yeah, craft cocktailing. Some people call it mixology. Some people can't stand that word. What I really like to do is a certain form of it. I mix botany, which is herbs and growing, things of that nature. So I built a garden, and every kind of herb I could think of, and fruits and vegetables, and I take it from the garden to the bar, whether it's dried or introduced to a cocktail that way, and then I build it all. Some of them are up to 12 steps. You create foams, light things on fire, smoke whiskeys with cinnamon and tobacco.
Is there some kind of alchemy book that you use, or are you inventing these things?
A little bit of both. There was definitely some studying involved, but I've kind of just always had a natural, little glitch to it. I cook a lot. I'm very good at combining odd flavors. So one of the tricks I do use is I like to dine out a lot, and I'll find a really nice bar that has wonderful cocktails, and I try and see what they used and then avoid all of those, which will narrow things down. And most places do the opposite. They want to mimic what is working. And so it'll limit me to some very strange things. Like one time I made a cocktail with persimmon, grapefruit, and peppercorn because it was a fall season and I had a ton of them on the property. And
I have a persimmon tree as well.
ooh, aren't they delicious? They're
No,
sweet and
I cannot
pumpkin-like.
stand them.
You can't? Some
No,
people adore them.
The bitterest fruit I've ever tasted in my life.
Add a little spiced rum, some vanilla, some other magical things, cinnamon, and it'll be a whole
You're a
different ballgame.
chemist.
In many ways. I do love science,
You're a
and
chemist.
the chemistry of it is exactly what I fall in love with.
So you build these alchemy type
Creations,
drinks.
yes. I like to call them potions. but
Potions.
yes.
All right. Well, we're going to learn more about your
Magical
potions when we come back.
Yeah.
But first, let's get back to Daimajin.
I'm so excited.
Daimajin. That's what I'm going to say. Daimajin.
Daimajin.
All right, off we go. Don't go away. Bye.
Hi, my name is Colleen. I'm from Ukiah, California. When I was a teenager, I watched Bob Wilkins every Saturday night, and my friends would come and we'd laugh and we'd have a wonderful time. Thank you for keeping me young. I love you all so much. Bye-bye.
Hello, this is Livingston. Apparently, one of my newly acquired domestic duties is to request help for our show financially by asking you to visit our Patreon page. Your generosity will help keep Creature Features on the air, which I'm not entirely sure is a good thing. However, with only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new programming each week, which apparently some of you curiously enjoy. And should you have the desire to give even more, you might even receive a gift from Ms. Tangella. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
So is it Daimajin?
Daimajin.
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 Daimajin. You know, our director,
Daimajin.
Tom, says that there was like 5 different names for this film, and that's why I'm having
So they couldn't figure it
confusion.
out either.
Right. No.
I feel better
I think we
about
should
that
give it
now.
a new name. I think it should be Giant Stone Guy.
I think that is perfectly accurate to what I watched.
An American name.
An
right?
American name.
Giant
So
Stone.
we can read all the American
because you know what
titles.
people are going to think is this Giant Stoned Guy. And we don't want to portray something like this. So perhaps Giant Man of Stone.
Giant Man of Stone.
Giant. We are watching Giant Man of Stone. Welcome back to the program. Creature Features. Our guest tonight is Megan Farnham, who is you're something of a ninja.
Something of one.
Something of a ninja.
I do love that word.
You know, she does not keep her face covered. Her identity. Maybe when you do like serendipitous type.
Absolutely, sneaking of
yeah.
sorts.
Sneaky. She's sneaky. Anyways, we were talking about she does martial arts training. She trains Tangela, but she also does bartending.
I do.
And she's combined the two with bouncing.
Correct.
So I want to know, what is the biggest person you've ever bounced?
6'4", 365 pounds or so, and by the neck. I was not
You
ever...
bounced them.
Yes.
Oh my
I've had
goodness.
to quite a few times. I was never actually a bouncer. I was always bartending, but I have had to remove quite a few people
Now,
throughout the years.
Did you use Kung Fu?
No. If anything, Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
There's a thing in Muay Thai called the Thai clinch.
Right.
And combined with the time that I was doing jiu-jitsu, no matter your size and no matter how strong you are, nobody can do anything without their neck or being able to breathe. So,
Of course.
you know, you run up and you lock hold and you just don't let go, and then
So it's
big men
almost-
fall hard. That's a good way
It's
to
almost
describe
like
that.
you're a ninja version of Mr. Spock.
Ooh.
And you do a neck pinch of some kind, but it's different.
It's a grab.
Slightly. It's a
takes,
grab.
Takes all the arms and the
my
lock,
goodness.
and then I hold on for dear
300.
life until they...
So you actually drag this person out as well.
Yes, I've had to defend people at times. I've had to drag a big guy, but usually, I mean, I don't end up alone for too long, but there's one time I had to prove a bit of a point. He was being very disrespectful to a lady, and I don't like to watch that too
For
much.
you. So you kicked his butt.
Quite literally.
You
Right on
kicked
the
his bottom.
bottom.
And sent him down the road.
Yeah, it was by the neck right at the end of it, and then the rest of the gentlemen who were actually bouncers of the evening took over, and I hopped right behind the bar with a smile and continued chucking drinks. as I
Mixing
say.
your mixology.
My
Now,
equations.
you know, I've always wondered about this. If somebody gets booted from a bar, do you have like an area in the back that looks like a post office wall where you have not wanted with like a photo?
An 86th list.
An 86 list, yes.
So usually it's a binder. Sometimes
binder.
it's a board with photos.
Right.
However, most of the time when people are kicked out, they're just gone for the evening. Give them a chance. You know, you don't have to worry too much. Say,
Right.
hey, sleep it off. Come back with a
Right,
better
right.
attitude. If it's really bad, it could be a month. But if you're never allowed in a bar again, you've definitely earned it, and you are in a binder somewhere, for sure.
My goodness. So every night before work, you've got to look in the
Check,
binder.
make sure you know the faces. Because you want to avoid them being able to get in and be removed. You
Right.
just tell them at the door that they have already, you know,
That's clever.
been told.
That's clever.
They
My
get pretty
goodness.
upset about that. Most people aren't sober when they show up.
Right.
And they don't care to be turned away too often.
No, not from a bar. You know, it's like, oh, well, perhaps they will not let me into the opera, but they'll let me into a bar. No, you're in the
No.
binder.
Yeah, you're in the
How
binder.
wonderful. You're in the
exactly.
binder.
Don't
All
get
right.
yourselves into the binder.
Well, speaking of binders, let's get into the binder that is this film, which we will call the Giant Man of Stone. Is that
Giant
what it
Man of Stone.
Giant Man of
Diamond
Stone.
in the rough.
is? Diamond in the rough. And when we come back, we're going to find out what you're up to next, right?
Very exciting.
All right, off we go. Daimajin, 1966. See you later.
Oh, look, it's little cousin It.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Creature Features. We are watching Daimajin, Daimajin-ish, 1966, with the wonderful Megan Farnham. She's a ninja. She's a professional ninja, and she's no. She is showing Tangela how to be a ninja, and
I am indeed.
I'm a bit troubled with that thought.
Should be.
I mean, she's already got all these weapons and things that she uses. She'll use anything as a weapon. She's used this. She smashed this over somebody's head once.
Smart.
No, but I mean, why does she need to learn mixed martial arts if she knows how to use the weapons already?
So she doesn't get arrested.
Oh. Well, that's good for me.
I hear there's been a little bit of bullying involved. Some teasing, perhaps. We went
Andrew?
over. She informed me of. So maybe a little hands on hands instead of.
Andrew does not bully her. He just teases her.
Slightly. I hear different.
He called her little cousin It the other day. No. Called her little cousin It, and she tossed a frying pan.
I think that's an
Struck
acceptable
him in the
reaction
head
to such things.
with a frying pan, just for calling her little cousin It.
Well, next time it's going to be a bit of a combination, a little more difficult to handle than a frying pan.
She beats him within inches of his life. No, just last week, he dressed up as Svengoolie and took a spot. She came home and she smashed him within inches of his life with a frying pan.
It makes me so proud. But
Well,
we're
she
going
did
to
not use any of your trained skills.
Not yet, but we are bit by bit, and she's learning very quickly, and
she
she's
is a
going to
quick
be
study.
quite dangerous. But he'll be able to keep his life this time, so maybe the teasing will go both ways now.
Well, either way, I pay for it. If she goes to jail, I pay the bail. If he goes to the hospital.
So then you should be happy I'm teaching her so that we can avoid both those situations. and
No,
you can
I
just
think what she's going
more
to do is she's just going to put him down with a roundhouse kick to the face, and then she's still going to use the frying pan to smash him over the head.
She does like a roundhouse kick to the face. However, there is another move that she is quite good at.
Tell me.
Shall I? Do you remember that tie clinch I told you about earlier?
Yes.
I decided to teach her one of those. That thing that I took that big man
Right,
and bounced him out of the
right.
bar.
Yeah, all right. Well,
So she's going to be able to handle herself just fine.
I know she was reading books about waterboarding, so I think this would be better than
Could
waterboarding.
add that in after.
You cannot waterboard. You're a handyman. That's
Who
true.
says you can't?
Right. So, Meg, if people want to learn more about what you do, where do we go?
Well, I do have an Instagram that is open to everyone. It is MagicMaker1111.
Magic Maker 1111, and we can see photographs of what on?
It's a
your site?
combination of different things. I have my hands in quite a few different cookie jars, so you will be able to see my traveling, martial arts, and things that I'm working on with that, as well as speakeasy and the craft cocktails that we were talking about. My garden, the herbs, and the
Fabulous.
magic behind
So
all of those things.
It's like a kaleidoscope into the life of Megan.
Yes,
Right,
yes, I
right,
do.
perfect.
I enjoy adventures and spontaneous learning, I like to say. So a little bit of everything.
She's an international woman of mystery. Right,
I like the way that sounds.
All right, let's say we finish up this film, and when we come back, we're going to hang out, right? All right, off we go to
excited.
the end soon of Daimajin, and we'll see you soon. And that is the conclusion of this movie, whose name I cannot properly pronounce. So the statue crumbles. He turns
Over a
back into
teardrop
A teardrop.
on the toesies.
No, that would not happen in real life.
People
No, a
have fallen
teardrop
for much less.
in real life, a teardrop would not destroy a stone man monster.
Demons of
I know,
sorts.
it's demon stone man monster.
Oh, magic works in mysterious ways, though.
I know. Well, anyway, not a bad film. It was nicely done.
Thank
I mean, it's almost like
I enjoyed it very much.
cinematic in the sense of like a Western. Like a Grand Western.
Yeah.
Right. Who knows? Anyways, what are you doing next, Megan?
Personally, I'm watching a bunch of the amazing students and teammates that I have prepare for the IKF World Championships. which is
IKF?
International Kickboxing Federation.
Oh, how fun.
It's how people get started and continue a career in Muay Thai. So it is not the same as cage fighting with mixed martial arts.
Right.
It is specifically Muay Thai. And it's an incredible organization, and the invitationals and the level of athletes there are quite impressive, and all ages too, young to older.
So are you going to fight?
I will be in attendance.
Right.
And whether I will be competing is still a secret, not yet announced.
Yeah, all right. So
Her and I have been chatting about that a little
Right.
bit.
So, but you're going to be there as,
I will.
if nothing else.
If nothing else, supporting my team
Right,
and some people that I am incredibly proud of. Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Absolutely.
Good.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
show.
you for having me.
Megan,
It was
and
beyond a
taking care
pleasure.
of her. You know, it does keep
I will
her out of
continue.
trouble.
Or put her in
To a
it just
degree.
slightly.
No. I suppose it's good that she can kick butt now and then
Absolutely.
without having to actually use weaponry.
Little bottom.
Right, little bottom. All right, next time you're in the neighborhood, come by and see us, all
I
right?
would be so happy to. I would be glad.
All right, and as far as you guys go, thank you so much for staying up late and watching our program. We know some of you on the East Coast have to stay up till like 3 o'clock in the morning to watch our show. And
the
I feel
witchy hour.
terrible about this, but there's not much I could do because we're in a different time zone, and that's what happens. But do know that we love you, Tangela loves you, and Livingston is growing quite fond of you. So I hear, right? Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, we'll see you next week. Different movie, different guest. Don't know what, don't know who, but it'll be fun. Bye. So, Megan, you know, with all this training you do, I'm thinking maybe I should learn how to do these martial arts as well. What do you think?
Were you looking to get your bottom kicked?